The following program contains the views and opinions of the hosts, speakers, and participants. They do not reflect the policies of the producers, advisors, and advertisers of AU Paws Radio, including Adelphi University's Board of Trustees, administrative faculty, or its affiliates. Paws Web radio station encourages freedom of speech, but does not endorse any specific viewpoints or messages. Listener discretion is advised, especially for potentially sensitive or controversial topics.
Yo, what's good?
I'm your host, Sophie. Welcome to What's Good. What's Good is a podcast that asks all sorts of people about positive things going on in their lives, what makes them happy and makes this life worth living. Happiness can be contagious, and our guest, Julian, is here to spread some for you today. Hi, Julian. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Awesome.
Just chilling.
All right, let's begin the questions. So, what has been making you happy recently?
Martial arts, actually.
Yeah?
It's a fun way to, burn some calories, get some exercise in.
Yeah? Is that why it makes you happy?
No, not really. I mean, it's a great benefit, but what I find happy is just doing the movements. 'Cause, I don't know.
So I know studies have shown that physical activity releases dopamine. So do you think that having a really rigorous session increases your love for it?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
It's sort of like how athletes go into this type of zone when performing. They get into this type of mindset where nothing else matters and it's just the sport that you're doing. I definitely feel it when I'm having a rigorous martial arts training session and whatnot, and I just get lost in what to do next and what after.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to get into.
I love that. That's so cool. So let's get into your backstory. What age did you start?
I started at 12 when my parents signed me up for a Taekwondo dojo. I started off as a white belt, I was a bit bigger than the other kids because I was a bit older at the time. Essentially what happened was after I finished my time in middle school, I would usually go to this dojo after school to practice and stuff. And then after that, my parents would come to pick me up. So I spent a lot of time in the dojo and I don't regret any second of it.
That is so cool. Wow. So you still do it, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah? Okay. Do you have a sensei right now?
No, I'm currently training by myself, just looking at different references to see what I can improve on and recording my movements itself to see if I'm a bit rusty in some area.
So you used to have a sensei when you went to that?
I used to have a sensei, yeah. He used to push me a lot, Plus, he got me into physical activities like push-ups and calisthenics and whatnot because I was not an athletic kid back then, but now I am. So
yeah, that's so awesome. I love that. So how often do you try to do that practice and record yourself?
With ultimate frisbee practice, I try to get it 3 or 4 times a week, usually Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Saturday.
Okay, wow, that's actually really cool. Would you do it more if you could?
Oh, definitely. If I had people to practice with and whatnot, I would definitely do it more than what I do for frisbee. But yeah.
That's so cool. Okay. So I know you don't have a sensei right now, but if you could guess what belt color you are right now, what would you say?
I would probably say red, which I think is before black. I think I'm around there. I have a lot to train up on, such as balancing, speed and whatnot. But apart from that, I think I should be a red belt.
Wow, okay, cool. Do you know what color you were last when you were at the dojo?
Yes, I was a purple, which is, I think, the 6th rank.
Okay.
So I didn't stay for long. I only stayed for a year before I had to move to another town, which kind of bummed me out.
Yeah, that does kind of...
After I moved, I went on some type of hiatus for practicing martial arts because I was a bit nervous because it's a different environment and whatnot. But as I slowly got used to high school and my home, I found out I was yo, let me get back into this.
Yeah, that's so cool. So I'm assuming you would continue after red to hopefully get to black if you could. Yeah, that's awesome. So cool. What's your favorite move?
My favorite move.
Try to describe it because they can't see us. So.
I think it would be a spinning roundhouse. Essentially, you just it's hard to do it. You in the position that you are facing with your left front hand in front, you turn to the left, pick up your pick up your leg when you reach. How do I explain this?
That's okay. Take your time.
When you get to the point where you're not facing your opponent, that's when you reach up your left leg to jump, and then move your right leg to kick. It's weird. It's better to see it like in practice, but that's one of my favorite kicks.
Okay.
Even though it's one of my favorites, I've yet to master it because just the jumping and whatnot.
You have to get really high?
Yes, somewhat.
Okay. Like how many feet off the ground would you say?
For me, I usually get to like 2 or 3 feet, but I've seen people that do like 5 to 6, and it's impressive.
That's crazy. Wow. So would you say like that's the hardest move too, or like what's the hardest move to you?
The hardest move? There's a lot of like moves that I have yet to do. For example, the backflip kick, which is what it was used in the new Karate Kid movie with Jaden Smith.
Oh, okay.
That's when he like the last kick and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That's the kick that he did. I've never done it before. I'm not going to try and attempt it right now because I don't know how to backflip at all. But I would love to do that. I would love to get also into gymnastics in order to like improve my agility in the air.
Yeah. That would help. Yeah, I was actually thinking about Karate Kid as we were talking before. Yeah, because you were saying how it's like a mindset, and like in that movie, like he was taught like to get like peace and then like I don't know. Do you remember when he had to balance on the railing or something? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of. So, anyways, have you made friends from martial arts?
I miss them all, so I haven't yet to make martial arts friends right now.
Yeah.
But I would like to.
Yeah.
It's great to have some type of sparring partner and whatnot.
Right.
Somebody to like point you in the right direction.
Right. You had one like when you were in the dojo?
Yes. I was usually, this is going to sound weird. I was usually the babysitter because like I was a bit older than everybody else. Yeah. And they were like 8 or 7. I was 13 or 12.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So, yeah, I was the babysitter. But I didn't mind it. They were chill. They were fun, you know. They were really funny because they were kids and they were so oblivious to what was going on. So.
Yeah, my brother used to do martial arts as a kid. I don't remember what belt like he got up to, but he used to do it for a while. So, have you like ever used the skills you've learned in a real life situation? Like
for a fight?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'm usually a pacifist, so I don't like getting into confrontations, especially arguments. Like every time something happens, I'm the first one to weasel out.
Yeah.
So, but I don't regret like not being able to use it in a fight because martial arts aren't really effective in a fight. Like,
oh, really?
All like the extra spinny stuff that Taekwondo people do, it's not effective. When you're looking at somebody that has no idea what they're doing and they see you do that, they're just gonna punch you. So.
Yeah.
So that's why I like taking up into boxing, you know, just like quick jabs, dodges, and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Boxing is the most effective for fights, but I've never been in a fight.
Yeah. Okay. I know, like, actually I have a question, like, this is from Karate Kid as well, but like he runs and he goes up the wall and then he does like the backflip. I know you said you can't do a backflip, but like you know what I'm talking about?
I think so, yeah.
He like run like there. I think it's like this street fight when they're first like he's first being like that kid that's a bully. He's supposed like I don't know. He's like first being mean, and then like he runs up the wall, does a backflip, and like does some kick with it. I think. I don't know. It's so cool. I watched that movie. I'm like, dang, these people are so cool.
Watch Cobra Kai and like it's also really good.
Really? I actually haven't seen it, so should I?
Yes, definitely. It's the first part, like the beginning, middle, and end are like all very fantastic.
Okay.
It's on Netflix though, so it's pretty expensive.
Yeah, I have Netflix. I might give it a listen. Oh, you don't?
No, I don't.
So are you glad you like know what you've been taught?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they're the fundamentals. They're like the foundations for what I do, and I'm really happy that I trained with my master before I had to leave. Yeah, like, I guess I'm just grateful to have somebody to push me, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome. Would you say that martial arts has made enough of an impact on you, like physically and mentally, and you would like recommend it for everyone listening?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Awesome. Do you have any more final remarks on martial arts? Like a fun fact or?
I got into martial arts from Bruce Lee and his old movies because, well, I grew up very, very poor, so my dad would usually bring in some old DVDs. And Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, all those guys, like, they brought me into this. I'm like, as I was a kid, I was like, I want to do that someday. I'm like, why not just practice for it? But yeah.
Is that why your parents like got you into the dojo, or?
Yes. Another thing is like video games, Tekken, Soul Calibur, the ones with like weapons. Not Street Fighter. That's a bit weird, but it still works. But Tekken, one of my favorite games ever, is what got me into it. And even then, just looking at the characters' like move lists and what they can do, I'm like, I want to do that. I'm gonna train for that.
Yeah.
It's fun.
That's so cool. All right, so that's all we have for today. Thank you, Julian, for joining us in our mission of spreading happiness, and thank you to our audience listening out there. We hope this made your day better, and just remember, goodness is everywhere, and we're here to help remind you of that.
This has been What's Good, hosted by Sophie Rambel, produced by Macy Bell, and today with our special guest, Julian. Thank you for listening.